Okay, I want to talk about something right here. A lot of people have always mentioned that America is not in the Bible, but there are some vague references that potentially could be talking about America. For instance, it says it is the hindermost nation. Hindermost means the youngest, newest nation. See, Israel was already established before. I mean, it's a nation, it's a moving nation. I mean, that was one of the judgments, is like, okay, you don't want to be loyal to God, so you become displaced. Same thing like happened over here to the Indians in America. Started doing crazier stuff, got displaced. You buy more evil people. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the things that it says. It says that it is the hindermost nation, which means youngest. Okay. It talks about confederation. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of funny. You know, one half of the American Army in the Civil War was called the Confederate Army. You know what I'm saying? So, and even though they lost the war, they didn't. Those organizations still exist in corporate names and different Mason Halls and Knights of the Golden Circle, things like that. These groups still exist. They just went underground, like the Knights Templar on Friday the 13th, when the Pope tried to kill off the Knights Templar so he could consolidate the hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty crazy. The hindermost nation. And then it also says that it's a land of great riches, and of it has goods. It has many goods. And it also talks about, you know, a nation that gets the world drunk with its whoredoms. You know, which that's connected into Rome and the Vatican, but America is co-sin with them because they practice the same thing that they do, which is idolatry. And they've imposed it on this nation. Just go to every graveyard, you'll see idolatry. It's called an obelisk. An obelisk is a stone penis. You know what I'm saying? Of Osiris. You know what I'm saying? Non-debatable. I mean, it's not just a pretty ornament. You know what I mean? It's geomancy. It's black magic. It's witchcraft. Anyway, the hindermost nation. And what else does it say? It says that it refers to it as she, which, even though the Catholic Church has got Mary deified as an idol, which is really the Madonna, the Black Madonna, it's Isis. Isis is shown black in some circles, white in others. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, dude, how connected this stuff is. But America is the land of liberty, right? You got the Statue of Liberty beckoning in people, and it's, you know, so this nation was referred to as a she, you know. So that's another little connectoid. But where I was gonna go with this is, it says that in 1 hour of one day, destruction shall come. And it says that in order for this particular destruction to come, it says that ships will be sitting out from afar watching the smoke come up from this nation, the hindermost nation, the land of great riches, and the land of many rivers, it's also called. And that's what Vespucci or somebody was over here. He was looking for basically a Panama Canal type river, but they found the Mississippi, which just takes you way into, you know, the Midwest, basically. You know, and they never found that, but they were looking for that, you know. And and there are many rivers in this land. It was at one point in time that America was the breadbasket of the world, but now they've reappropriated it. Now we're the only thing America exports now is pornography. That's it. You know what I'm saying? How whack, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the main export: rap music and pornography. You know what I'm saying? That's low on the list of achievements. You know what I mean? But anyway, a hindermost nation, land of great riches and resources. I mean, it literally was a land of milk and honey at one point in time. It really, truly was. And there was relative freedom. You know what I'm saying? For more freedom for others than some. You know what I'm saying? But there was freedom. Uh, but it says that in 1 hour of one day destruction shall come, and it says that the enemies will be as expert marksmen, and none of their arrows shall return. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically saying that multiple arrows are coming to strike this youngest, hindermost nation, the land of many rivers. I can't remember if it's in Jeremiah, if it's in Isaiah, even Ezekiel. It might be. I'm thinking this is where I'm remembering this from. It's one of those books. You know what I'm saying? The land of. It sounds a lot like Isaiah, but then again, Jeremiah, man, I can't. It's such a long book, man. I can't remember everything in these dang books, but I'm sure this stuff is definitely connected, man. And now that we have all these bombings going on, or I mean, I think the Japan military, U.S. military base, that was Operation Tropic Thunder. The thing in China, on the other hand, that could be real, man. That could, you know what I'm saying? That could be a real something. I mean, I'm not sure what it is. It did look like the Star Wars Ronald Reagan technology, space-based weapons. It did look like that, but then again, we are dealing with these magicians. You know what I'm saying? They love to point to the mountain and strike the grindstone. So can't believe even nothing you hear, and then only half of what you see. You know what I'm saying? That is a true statement. If you want to be not deceived, you gotta walk by faith, not by sight. You know what I'm saying? But another thing, this plot, this conspiracy, to blow up the hindermost nation, and I mean, if you follow America's how we import democracy to countries, which really means install a puppet dictator through democracy in a different country. But on the esoteric, all of us in the public, we think, yeah, democracy. Exoterically, they know that means install a puppet dictator. You know what I'm saying? And get a proxy going on. And then have it all de facto. You know what I'm saying? But it'll be looking, you know, you'll never hear about it. You won't know. You won't get nothing real coming out of the mainstream media. They don't report on this stuff. Journalism, you're supposed to go out. You remember, like in the 80s, like that movie Batman, the reporter that was looking for him. He was out doing homework. He used to take notes, write stuff down. He was looking for a story. They don't do that anymore. If you do that, you won't have a job on the news anymore because you're breaking the propaganda chain. You know what I'm saying? They can't have free agents out here anymore. That lets you know, listen, when every piece is micromanaged, there's no way it can be true. You know what I'm saying? Or you wouldn't. Listen, you can't micromanage the truth. The truth is the truth. It does what it does. You can't micromanage the effect. All you can do is try to put a lid on it, and that's exactly what the hell they do. But anyway, now you see this China thing. You see, and like I said, here's where I'm going to go with this, is North Korea. They said that 50 subs disappeared from North Korea. I mean, like I said, big fucking whip-de-doo, because North Korea always is crying wolf. Always crying wolf. But then again, you know, I mean, that's basically what it says, that in the end time there'll be wars and rumors of war. What happens when you hear rumors so long? You start to stop paying attention to them because you assume that every rumor, it's just the same as the last. It's just they're just trying to pull my leg, and then that one comes real. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole effect that they do that. You know what I'm saying? It gets you desensitized, gets you deprogrammed, gets you in shell shock. So you know what I'm saying? You stop going like this when you hear the bombs. The bombs just go off and they don't affect you anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's where they want to get us. But North Korea, 50 submarines, like, listen, if they all got in strategic locationing and they all fired at once, that would do the trick. You know what I'm saying? Even if they can I mean, if you know about Serco, Serco is a company that controls the air trafficking grid. They're the people who were responsible for the drill going on 9/11. Why the guy says when they said there's planes in the air hijacked, the guy goes, "Is this a drill? Is this a drill? Is this live? I thought we were live." The reason he was saying that is because they knew there was a drill going on, and the public wasn't supposed to be aware of that. But then if you start following the money, it goes to Serco. Serco controls air trafficking. You see how all these planes been disappearing off the radar? Well, guess what? Someone had to okay that. Someone had to botch that. And there's your connection. Serco. So if Serco is a multinational corporate conglomerate entity from like the Queen owns it. You know what I'm saying? It's out of London, I'm pretty sure. And it's like it's also telecommunications. You know what I'm saying? So that ties right into the beast fucking RFID microchippery. Because after they get those microchips in us, they're going to need a Serco-like place, an air controller traffic place to watch the people traffic. You know what I'm saying? A big room with a bunch of computer screens like on Jason Bourne. When they're following a suspect or whatever, they got all these fucking EIOs all up in a room and a big circle jerk. Like Enemy of the State with Will Smith. Where that's more accurate, because here, even if you people in the FBI, CIA, and NSA, even if you guys don't operate like that, look at that movie, Enemy of the State. Listen, those were corporate mercs. You know, basically, it was a corporate merc team. So some of your people are double agents, and they be working like that against us. So if this sounds crazy to you, like, man, no, who would waste all that surveillance watching some nobody? Dude, somebody will do that, man. They can do that. They got infinite resources. You know what I'm saying? I don't. They do. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's called the beast for a reason. But anyway, if Serco's in with North Korea and America's got to take a dive, you know what I'm saying? 10, 15, just 5 nukes. If 5 nukes can go detonate in the right key points, like they said, it only takes a few key points in the electrical grid to make it fail for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So, North Korea is just psycho, so they got the motive there. You know what I'm saying? You got a psycho god king, a man who thinks he's a god. You know what I'm saying? With an army and with nukes. How in the fuck does someone get? You know what I mean? Somebody's got to be helping. But anyway, that would account for that scripture there. You know, I can't recall exactly where it's from, but it says, you know, the hindermost nation, hour of one day, land of many rivers. And it's also a land of great merchandise. And it says that the merchants are going to be on ships in the water watching the smoke of her torment rising up, and they're going to be weeping for they lost all of their money in that they were going to make dealing with this country. And if you see, this country has been robbed blind. It's like that movie Lord of War, where Nicolas Cage kind of exploited a regime change in communist Russia in the switch from power to power. Everyone was so incremental that he basically bought up all of their stuff in the middle of them switching regimes and sold it all out to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Basically. And this is what they did here. It's something similar to that. It's like they bought it out, undermined it, sold it all away, repackaged it, legalized it. So, you know, they got it rubber stamped that it can be done. They went and bought the politicians. They lobbied the politicians. I mean, they own the government. The corporations that's what we're under, is corporatism, where corporation and state fuse and become one. They're the one and the same. And that's basically what we got going on right now. That's how you describe what's going on, though they claim a different name. This is what is going on. But anyway, yeah, man, I'm hoping that this isn't that scripture being fulfilled right now. You know what I'm saying? But if it is, it wouldn't surprise me either.